Hi guys, it's Nikki and welcome to my first ever episode of Nicki Bakes. I'm hoping that about 5 years from now I don't look back on this video and get totally embarrassed by myself and how ridiculous I looked. But here we go. Seeing as Halloween is this Saturday, I thought it'd be a good idea to do some spooky kind of treats. So today I'm going to show you glow in the dark ghost cupcakes. Glow in the dark. Now the secret to this recipe is kitten tails and the sweat of Frankenstein. Just kidding, it's tonic water. Tonic water makes things glow, which is really cool. So anyway, trick or treat, smell my feet, make this ghostly treat complete. So what you're gonna need for this is a chocolate cake recipe. I'm gonna put a link up to a recipe that I really love, and it's probably going to make you a little bit fatter, but it's totally worth it. And we're using chocolate because chocolate is dark, so when you shine the black light on your cupcakes, all you're gonna see are the ghosts and not the cake underneath it. Okay. Also some googly eyes for your ghosts. 4 cups of powdered sugar, half a stick of unsalted butter, half a cup of shortening, 1 teaspoon of clear vanilla extract, make sure it's clear, 2 tablespoons of heavy cream, some chocolate chips to melt into a piping bag, and then tonic water, the secret ingredient. And I didn't give you a measurement for this, but I will explain that in just a little bit. First thing we're gonna start with is putting together your cake mix. So whatever your recipe calls for, mix it all together, get it ready, and then we're gonna put it in the cupcake liners and bake it so we can get started on the cool frosting. Once you've got your cake mix done, you're gonna get your cupcake liners in your cupcake pan and fill them all up with your liners. I'm using a blue color because, again, once we shine that black light onto our ghostly cupcakes, you won't be able to see anything but the ghosts. Now we're going to scoop our cake mix into the liners. I'm using an ice cream scoop because it makes all your scoops even so that your cupcakes come out the same size. And it's a lot cleaner than trying to spoon it over and having all the drizzle on your pan. Now once your cupcakes are all scooped out and into their liners, you're gonna bake them for as long as your recipe calls for. And while they're baking, we're gonna get started on the frosting. So to start, we're gonna put in our powdered sugar. That was pretty smooth. And then our margarine and our butter all together. So I chose to use shortening and butter because shortening is white and we need our frosting to be as white and ghostly as possible. But it's gross, it tastes disgusting. So I put butter in there too to help the taste out a little bit for the sake of our mouths. And everything is room temperature, so mix it up with your hand mixer, and then we're gonna add everything else in to just finish it up. Now I just want you to know that normally you need 2 whisks in order for this to work. No, really, actually you always need 2 whisks in order for this to work, and I can't find the second one. Now that we're done mixing up the frosting, it should be pretty thick, but that's the way that you want it to be because now we're gonna add in our tonic water, which is gonna thin it out a little bit. So we're gonna go 1 teaspoon at a time until you get the desired glow. Now if you don't actually believe me that tonic water glows, I have my handy dandy black light flashlight, and watch what happens when I shine it on the tonic. Boom! Do you see that? That thing is a-glowing. So I'm gonna put in the tonic water 1 teaspoon at a time and just mix it in and then test it with the flashlight until I get the glow that I want. The more you add, the more it's gonna glow, but the more you add, the thinner it's gonna get. So just be careful with how much you put in there. Next thing on the list is to pipe our frosting into ghosts. So you need a piping bag and a rounded pastry tip. The bigger the better. Once you've got your ghosts all squished into the pastry bag, we're going to pipe them out onto the cupcake. Here's the way that I like to do it. So ghosts go up at a point. So I'm gonna make a thick bottom. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Okay, so you get yourself a little bit of layer. Then we're gonna do one more layer on top. Just squeeze and push, and one more. Squeeze and push, and loop it at the top. So your ghost gets that little ghost hat. Okay, and then do all the rest of your cupcakes. Now that we've got all our little ghostly bodies piped out, we're gonna add on the googly eyes. Take your little candy eyes, put them more towards the top, but make sure that they still have a little bit of a head. Don't put it all the way up towards the point. Now, as you can see, I melted some chocolate into my piping bag, and I'm going to cut a tiny, tiny little slit at the very end. I didn't cut it beforehand so that it wouldn't melt out. Now, I'm going to draw the little mouths. Now to finish up the look, I'm using these little spider web cupcake holders. You take them, just drop it right in there. And now our ghosts have a little home. And now for the final touch. A ghostly ghost, if I've ever seen one. Ha ha ha. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you had a great time. I hope that your cupcakes taste awesome. And if there's anything else that you want to see me make, please leave a comment down there and I'll try my best to make them for you. And don't forget to visit NickiLeeBakes.com. And thanks for coming, you guys. I'll see you next time.